You know, in my years, not years, but almost a year of doing this type of content. Actually, I think I did reach a year since we're in February now. Um, I have found a bunch of weird content creators, specifically ones I've done videos on. However, I cannot seem to find more weird content creators in, can you guess it? Because it isn't YouTube. It's TikTok, TikTok. There you go, TikTok. TikTok has more the home of the actual weird and not cringy, but actual down bad, horrible people on the internet. And I mean, whew, go figure. That's the scene where everyone goes to nowadays, specifically children. And when you want children, you're gonna go find the children. Therefore, bad people are gonna be on TikTok. I mean, hell, we talked about Ebulance, who is a clip farm, not a clip farm, no, content farm. That's what it is. Ebulance is a content farm who makes all of his content on TikTok and then transfers it to YouTube. I was only happy to find Ebulance because people talked about him in my comment section. Same thing with Blackscape. Blackscape is also a content farm from TikTok. Bad guy, we all know. Well, not as bad guy as the other people I've talked about, but bad from there. I know for a fact that Perfection made a bunch of TikTok videos, but the biggest one I want to talk about is Cell Foreskin 47, I think, who originated from TikTok. Now, if you guys know who I'm talking about today, or the story from who I'm talking about today, then you'll know exactly where this guy comes from. Certified Gogeta Plush is the person we're talking about today. But before we get into Certified Gogeta Plush, I want to talk to you guys about liking and subscribing. Obviously, we're at 1K now. Thank you guys for all that 1K. I'm trying to get that Q&A video settled down and hopefully get some more stuff out for the 1K soon. I did rebrand my second channel, for those who haven't seen it, to YonderYaps instead of Yonder Plays. I'm not going to be making gaming content because I feel like that's just not something that people are going to want. Gaming content with the gameplay stuff just keeps going in and out and in and out. And I don't feel like that. But what I can do is yap about content that isn't Dragon Ball or anime related toward bad people. So, if you want to hear me talk about things just like life, or just want to hear something out of my personal day being like, hey, this is how I feel, good or bad, this is just how I am, then go sub up to YonderYaps. It will be in the description below. Anyways, like and subscribe, join the Discord, and let's get right back into the video. Certified Gogeta Plush, or Certified is who I'm going to call him by today, is somebody who originated on DBL TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, follow me on TikTok, but a lot of people who I know follow me are on TikTok. And those who are on TikTok know that this space exists. Now, I didn't know that they actually called it the Dragon Ball Legends space, but I guess they did. And I just found that out very recently, and I don't like how I found that out, because now these guys always have a home. Dragon Ball Legends. And for some reason, they have gotten a cult following and a cult initiative to anything that they do or anything that they post is liked by everyone unless you've done something terrible. Broly Time being one of those people. He has a whole cult following to where he says, guys, I'm sorry, with a half-ass apology, just to find out that everyone's going to be like, it's okay, Broly Time, it's okay, we love you, when he comes out of being a bad person again. However, Foreskin is actually being held to his needs by his community, which, thank you guys. And it seems like the same thing's gonna happen to Certified Gogeta Plush. Before we get into what his community is holding him against, we need to find out what he did to be held against like that. Well, with the trusty help of my friend DBL, the one you guys know, or if we want to call them by their undercover name, kind of, Muhammad, not the Prophet, she did her work as she does. Money. I don't know why I did that. She did her work as she normally does, and this is why I always gotta give her props, and she went and made a whole document on the guy, and that's how I'm making this video right now. So what happened with the guy? Well, obviously I told you he started on TikTok. He was just a random TikToker who made the Dragon Ball Legends kind of corny content. But apparently on Discord, he did a little more shady things via grooming. We're back to this again, aren't we? Yep, grooming is another one of this guy's allegations, plus a bunch of racism and just straight up terrible comments via this one here. This one here is I'm sorry. But this one here of them talking about, get it here, inappropriate content to a minor. Guys, clap it up for everyone who has been to the channel since January and finds out that every person I talk about always turns out to be a gooner. And I hate Discord, and this is why I hate Discord, right? Because it's not hard not to be normal, or that sounds like a double negative. It's not hard to be normal. But apparently, according to these guys, it's not hard not to be normal. Because for some reason, you just can't use your grimy little fingers while you look like the 12th Redditor of the age and go and start sharing femboy bad images. I'm not going to start saying all that crazy stuff while I'm on here, because I have people in my house who don't want to hear about that nonsense, and I commend them. And then you just start sending it to people on Discord. I can't stand Discordians. I really can't, because for some reason you think that your life means nothing, so you go and spend it all on Discord with people that don't even know who you are, who don't care to know who you are, and then you just brain meld, and you melt, and you melt, and then you turn into somebody who's so weird that you have to go and start doing weird stuff like this, where you talk to like 14, 13-year-old little girls, which this picture here is him talking to my paleo Divel, just to find out that he already knew that they were bad, that they were underaged, and he was overaged, overaged, and that he was doing bad stuff, yet he acknowledged it the entire time. And then just random people, he's just going to be start saying, hey, do you want femboy nudes? Well, you're going to get them. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know where people are finding these guys, but you know what? Keep your guys. Because I've never met these guys, and I don't think I've ever want to met these guys. The closest I've ever met to meeting these guys is what? Reese, which actually found out to not be his real name via the video. The police found out that wasn't his real name. But Reese was the closest, and then probably Broly Time, which I'm going to most likely make a video on Broly Time, since he has more allegations levied against him, and I just am not letting that slide this time. But, I mean, ignoring that cuckold bastard, this guy is even worse, because, like I said, he's texting little girls again, and then he's just blatantly racist. This guy is just a really bad person, obviously, because of the grooming accusations and the racism right here and the random throwing in of pornographic content. This document was 42 pages long, and this is all I could really get out of it. There is way more in there that you should go check out in the description below. It's the linked document. Definitely check it out, because I can't actually give a full synopsis. Maybe one day I will give a full synopsis of her documents, but right now it's just me covering the situation just so he can get more, not backlash, but more public attention, being like, hey, this guy is public enemy number one. I want pictures of Spider-Man, you know? But I feel like there's one more thing that I should talk about before I let y'all go, and that is his apology. Oh my lordy lord.
Is that a banana? Can I please have a piece, please? Oh my god, mama, Curious George.
His apology has to be like top 10 worst apologies of all time. Because you cannot tell me that this guy made this video with not a smile on his body, right? Because, newsflash, right? There's not even an apology. This dude is sitting here with a 10 blank thing saying like, hey guys, would y'all even care if I talked about, and I'm pretty sure he said TS. And the funniest thing is, when I was initially reading it, I think I got mad at that, mainly because the allegations levied against this guy, which are allegations, not true, not in the court of law, at least. You can't sue me. Not in the court of law, so they are all allegations. But, running it back, he has a bunch of allegations levied against his name, and he sends TS to grooming accusations with actual evidence levied against him, plus racism claims and random just corn gooner shit just thrown on his name. And it's just like, ha ha ha, yeah, TS PMO, right, guys? And it's kind of like, yo, take it seriously. He's like, would y'all even care? No wonder why they don't care. You're not taking it seriously at all. This is worse than, what's that one girl who did Mariah Sings, who did the little ukulele thing? This is worse than that, because at least she made an apology, if you could call it that. What is this? You announced that it exists. You didn't apologize, you didn't acknowledge it, and you didn't even acknowledge your side of it. What you did was make yourself look like an idiot behind scenes, and then came up here being like, guys, twiddling your little fingers like a little waifu, being like, guys, I don't know if I should talk about this. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, and I don't know if that's any way I can ever say it that's more kinder or more professional, but I'm just going to say it right now. You're an idiot, and you're going to be an idiot, no matter what. This, even if you delete this announcement of it, you're going to be looked at as an idiot. Let's say you delete your TikTok account. You're still going to be an idiot. Let's say you change your name to something like Master Candy or something like that, and you change your profile picture to a little skeleton. This might hit more closer to home if you know what I'm talking about, but you're still an idiot, right? No matter what you do, you can't escape the fact that you did something stupid, you did something terrible, and you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. And no ifs, no ands, no buts. Which, funny thing enough, random side tangent, I think I've seen too many times to where the fact that people, when called out, will change their profile picture and their name and act like they are going off the grid. And it's so funny because they're not. When I confronted Reese about his thing, he changed his name from Minus to Special Verity on everything. He changed his profile picture and his username on Instagram, on TikTok, on Discord. Wouldn't be surprised if he did it on Telegram, where he gets his links. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Those are accusations. They're not true. Not true. Not true. Anyways, it's just funny to me because Burly Time did that, which was who I was referencing. Reese did that, and then now it seems like Certified Gogeta Plush might be going down the same way. That's where I'm gonna kind of leave it, though. His apology was terrible. The Certified Gogeta Plush guy, his apology was terrible. He did terrible things, and overall, he's a terrible person. I rate him 0 out of 10. I also rate y'all 10 out of 10 for staying through the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll make sure you guys like, subscribe, hype the video, please. I'll try to make it into the beginning, but if I can't, I'll just tell you right now to join the Discord, subscribe, like, comment, hype up that video, because we need to see this video bounce so people can actually get more attention to this kind of situation. Again, check out the document below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Dodging press and I need time alone. I might be on same type of time in prison.